खाली करके गए उधर उसमें करो ना लाइब्रेरी में काम अपना।
रवि शर्मा।
हाँ
रवि
शर्मा सर कहाँ पर? इट इज नॉट लाइक दैट।
शांति कायम करके रखो।
Yes. So good afternoon, students. Once again, welcome back in social science live class. Okay, for standard 9th. So right now I can see only 3 students are live. So we'll wait for around 5 to 6 students more to join us. Okay, then we'll continue for today's topic. Okay, so in our last working day, okay, yesterday we discussed about the judiciary. Okay, judiciary is considered as the third organ of the government. Okay, so we have already discussed about first 2 organs, that is the legislature and the executives. Okay, so we have started from yesterday's live session about the third organ of the government, the third democratic institution, that is the judiciary. Yesterday we have discussed about the integrated judicial system in our country. The integrated judicial system in our country basically means that the judicial system in India is made of or is comprised of the 3 different levels, okay, of the system of court. So हमारे कंट्री में जो जुडिशियरी है, जुडिशियल सिस्टम है, उसमें क्या है, 3 डिफरेंट लेवल्स हैं कोर्ट के. जो लॉ कोर्ट होता है, कानून की अदालतें, ठीक है. सो कानून का पालन करवाने वाली और कानून से रिलेटेड इश्यूज का एंटायर एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन करने वाला जो एंटायर सिस्टम है, दैट इज द जुडिशरी. सो इंडियन जुडिशरी इज एन इंटीग्रेटेड जुडिशियल सिस्टम. इंटीग्रेटेड जुडिशियल सिस्टम का मतलब ये है कि जो हमारे यहाँ पर जुडिशरी के 3 लेवल हैं, तीनों लेवल एक दूसरे से कैसे हैं, अटैच हैं. Okay, and all these things we discussed in yesterday's live session. It's just a revision, okay, for all those who might have joined today, and it is also a small recapitulation for those who were present in yesterday's live session. So yesterday we discussed about the 3 levels of the court systems. Okay, at the lowermost level we are having a district court. Okay, it means in each district of the states we are having the courts. हमारे पास क्या है, कोर्ट है, अदालतें हैं. Okay, so district level means in these courts the disputes or the issues which originated, which occurred within the particular districts, okay, are taken up and the lawyers fight the trial. जो lawyers होंगे वो उस मुकदमे को लड़ेंगे, and the judges who are appointed in the district court, okay, hears the court, hears the entire trial and accordingly give their judgment. Then the second level of our judicial system is the high court. Now high court means there is a one high court for the entire state. Okay, what does it means? Any case, any dispute arises within that state, okay, can be taken up to the high court. Okay, and the high court has the appointments of the judges and their offices are not there in each and every towns or district place within that state. Instead of that, the high courts are having benches in the important towns or cities in that particular states. Okay, for an example, in case of the state of Maharashtra, okay, So the main bench of the High Court of Maharashtra is in Mumbai. Okay, but since there is a very vast distance from Mumbai to the other regions of the state, got it? So they have established one more branch. We can consider in common language as a branch. Okay, so जैसे banks की branch होती है कि main branch is in Chandrapur, then the remaining are there in other locations. So likewise, okay, the main head office of the High Court of Mumbai, High Court of Maharashtra is in Mumbai. Then, so there is a branch, but in terms of constitutional language, instead of term branch, what is being used? Bench term is used. Okay, so the another bench of the High Court of Mumbai is in Nagpur. So that is what the system of high courts. So high courts are for the different states. Now same is a case of Supreme Court of India. Okay, so the Supreme Court of India is situated or has its head office in the capital city of the country, that is Delhi. तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट कहां पर होगा? दिल्ली में. So that we have studied in yesterday's live session. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about the independent status of judiciary. Okay, now till here, is there any doubt, students? अभी तक किसी को कोई डाउट है क्या बेटा? इतना जितना हमने डिस्कस किया कल तक का, and I did the revision also today. Is there any doubt, students? Do you have any doubt, students, in this regard? इसमें किसी को कोई डाउट है क्या? Any doubt, बेटा? Go. ठीक है. So now let us start discussion on today's topic. Okay. So the today's subtopic within this main topic, the judiciary, we are taking is the independent status of judiciary. Okay, so first we should understand what is the independent status of judiciary. Okay, so it means that the judiciary is not under the legislature or executive. Okay, so what is the meaning of independent status of judiciary? Okay, so independent status of judiciary means that the judiciary is not under the legislature or executive. Now what does in practical sense this under means? Okay, so under basically means that in terms of all the functions of judiciary, in all the functions of judiciary, the legislature of the country and the executive of the country does not have any interference. Okay, so independent status of judiciary का basically मतलब क्या हुआ कि judiciary के जो भी working areas हैं, okay, whatever the area of jurisdiction, जो भी judiciary का कार्य क्षेत्र है उस working area में the legislature or the executive has no interference in any respect. किसी भी तरीके से लेजिस्लेचर का और एग्जीक्यूटिव का जुडिशरी के काम में कोई डायरेक्ट इन्वॉल्वमेंट नहीं है. ओके, इफ it required some places, कहीं कहीं ये है, so in that case also the involvement is not up to that level कि it could affect the judgments given by the judges. कहीं कहीं केसेस पर जैसे कुछ सैलरी मैटर में, कहीं यदि कुछ इन्वॉल्वमेंट थोड़ा बहुत है अपॉइंटमेंट के केस में, तो भी वो इन्वॉल्वमेंट इतना ज्यादा नहीं है कि वो जुडिशरी के ओवरऑल फंक्शनिंग को क्या कर रहा हो, इफेक्ट कर रहा हो. ओके, सो इन दैट सेंस द जुडिशरी is not under the legislature or executive. Okay, it means that the judges do not act or work as per the wishes of government or any political party. Okay, so what does it means? It means that the judges do not act or work as per the wishes of government or any political party. So independent status का मतलब क्या है कि जो जजेस हैं वो लेजिस्लेचर और एग्जीक्यूटिव से पूरी तरीके से स्वतंत्र हैं. स्वतंत्र है मींस दे डू नॉट वर्क और एक्ट. उनके जो काम है वो किसके हिसाब से नहीं होंगे? They are not according to the wishes of the government or political party. Okay, now अब यदि जुडिशरी कैसी है बेटा? इंडिपेंडेंट है. ओके, तो जजेस किसके प्रेशर में काम नहीं करेंगे? They do not work as per the wish or the pressure of government or any political party. पूरी तरीके से इंडिपेंडेंट है. उन्हें किसी से दबकर किसी के कंट्रोल में काम करने की जरूरत नहीं है. इन दैट केस द जजेस इन द कोर्ट, ओके, डू नॉट एक्ट और वर्क एज पर द विशेस ऑफ गवर्नमेंट और एनी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी. किसी दूसरे के हिसाब से उन्हें काम करने की जरूरत नहीं है. व्हाट दे थिंक राइट दे डू. ओके, since the independent status of judiciary is very important, most of the democracies have independent judiciary. Okay, so due to the importance of the judiciary, because of the independent status of the judiciary, जो judiciary का independent status है, it is so important that most of the democracies in the world have independent judiciary. Okay, judiciary का independent होना इतना ज्यादा important है कि वर्ल्ड में जितने भी डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्रीज हैं, ऑल द डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्रीज हैव इंडिपेंडेंट जुडिशरी. ओके, वर्ल्ड में जितने भी डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्रीज हैं सभी के पास मैक्सिमम क्या होती है? इंडिपेंडेंट जुडिशरी है. ओके, देयर आर वेरी 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 few countries in the world which are democratic and they do not have or they are not maintaining a proper independent status of a judiciary. Okay, in this regard we have been given with one of the example. Okay, according to the old textbook, it is on page number 91. There is a small clipping of one of the advertisement given in the newspaper. Okay, now I will explain what this picture is all about. Okay, the picture is about the judiciary in United States of America. Okay, now in United States of America, what is the system of judiciary? Okay, ये जो कार्टून एक जो क्लिपिंग आपको टेक्स्ट बुक में दी है वो बेसिकली किसकी दी हुई है? इट इज रिगार्डिंग द जुडिशरी इन यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका. ओके, इसमें एक्चुअल में क्या शो किया गया है? इट शोज दैट the judiciary in USA is not have independent status. ये जो पर्टिकुलर कार्टून है या जो क्लिपिंग है वो बेसिकली ये शो कर रही है कि यूएसए में जो जुडिशियल सिस्टम है वो उतना इंडिपेंडेंट नहीं है दैट इट कुड वर्क इन ए फ्री एंड फेयर मैनर. सो व्हाट इज द सिस्टम ऑफ अपॉइंटमेंट ऑफ द जजेस इन यूएसए? The president of the USA can do the direct appointment. That is, the president of USA has the power to do the appointment or recommendations of the appointment to the different people in the Supreme Court as well as in the other courts in the USA. तो एक प्रकार से यूएसए में जजेस का जो अपॉइंटमेंट है वो मैक्सिममली किसके ऊपर बेस है? इट इज बेस्ड ऑन द रिकमेंडेशन डायरेक्टली गिवन बाय द प्रेसिडेंट. एंड इन केस ऑफ यूएसए द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ यूएसए इज ए फंक्शनल एग्जीक्यूटिव. वो सारे डिसीजन मेकिंग पावर है. ओके, सो बिकॉज ऑफ दैट द स्टेटस ऑफ जुडिशरी इन यूएसए इज नॉट इंडिपेंडेंट इनफ to work in a free and fair manner. Okay, so after the completion of this class, all of you please go to that particular picture. It's a picture of one of the advertisement, okay, clipping of the newspaper. Well, so come back again on the independence status of Indian judiciary. Okay, so most of the democracies in the world have independent judiciary, and because of this independent status the judges do not act, they need not to work as per the wishes of government or any other political party. Okay, so the judges of the Supreme Court and the High Court are appointed by the president on the advice of the prime minister. Okay, and in consultation with the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. Okay, so the system of appointment of the judges in the Supreme Court and the High Court as per the Constitution. जो Constitution में system लिखा गया, बनाया गया, especially for the appointment of judges in the Supreme Court of India as well as the appointment of judges in the High Court. So what the system is adopted? Okay, the system that was adopted is the appointment is done by the president. Appointment is done by the president, but the president is not directly electing the judges. Again, the recommendation is done by the prime minister. ओके, रिकमेंडेशन कौन करेगा? प्राइम मिनिस्टर करेंगे. ओके, एंड द प्राइम मिनिस्टर हैव टू गिव द रिकमेंडेशन विद कंसल्टेशन विद द चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ द सुप्रीम कोर्ट ऑफ इंडिया. ओके, सो द जजेस इन द Supreme Court, okay, the judges in the Supreme Court and High Court are appointed by the President of India. Okay. So the judges in the Supreme Court and High Court are appointed by the President of India on advice of the Prime Minister. Who have to give the recommendation? It is the Prime Minister. But the recommendation or the advice of the Prime Minister are not directly with consultation. That is before the recommendation. Even the Prime Minister has to do the consultation with the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. Okay. Now this is what the entire system for the appointment of the judges. यानी नौकरी में आने के बाद तो judges are independent, but even during the appointment also, the procedure of the appointment is developed in such a manner that even for the appointment also, the judges are not under the pressure of legislature or executive. अपॉइंटमेंट के समय पर भी जजेस किसके प्रेशर में नहीं है? दे आर नॉट अंडर द प्रेशर ऑफ द लेजिस्लेचर और एग्जीक्यूटिव. ओके, सो in Supreme Court as well as in High Court, the judges are appointed by the President. So on their appointment letter, the President signed. But again, the recommendation, that is the advice, is given by the Prime Minister. And again, the Prime Minister can't give the advice by its own or in the meeting taken in the Council of Ministers. No. In actual terms, the advice or the name of the possible judges, so that consultation is to be done with the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जो चीफ जस्टिस हैं वो जो सीनियर मोस्ट जजेस होते हैं, उन सीनियर मोस्ट जजेस के नेम रेकमेंड करते हैं ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ देयर ओवरऑल सर्विस रिकॉर्ड एंड द डिफरेंट डिसीजंस गिवन बाय दीज जजेस इन देयर एंटायर सर्विस. तो वो जजेस जिनका ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड बहुत अच्छा होता है, ऑनेस्ट है, उन जजेस को सुप्रीम कोर्ट ऑफ इंडिया एक अपना पर्सनल रिकमेंडेशन लिस्ट बना करके भेजेंगे एंड द सेम लिस्ट हैज टू बी एडवाइज बाय द प्राइम मिनिस्टर टू द प्रेसिडेंट. और फिर उनमें से अगेन द शॉर्ट लिस्टिंग इज डन एंड देन द जजेस आर अपॉइंटेड इन द सुप्रीम कोर्ट एंड द हाई कोर्ट. तो जो ओवरऑल प्रोसीजर है of the appointment of the judges, it is again so tough, इतनी डिफिकल्ट है, and it is so impartial, उसमें कोई भेदभाव वाला मैटर भी बहुत ज्यादा पॉसिबल नहीं है, that the judges have to work under the pressure of the legislature or the executive. So even in case of the appointments also, the judiciary is independent. In practice, now it means, now अभी क्या सिस्टम अडॉप्ट किया है, that the senior judges of the Supreme Court select the new judges of the Supreme Court as well as the High Court. In that case, there is because of all this, what happens? There is very nominal scope. There is very nominal scope for interference by the political executive. Okay, so because of this tough system of appointment, okay, in the Indian judicial system, there is very nominal scope for interference by the political executive. So इतनी टफ अपॉइंटमेंट प्रोसीजर है कि पॉलिटिकल एग्जीक्यूटिव्स के लिए, ठीक है, इस जुडिशियल सिस्टम में इंटरफेरेंस करने के बहुत ज्यादा चांसेस नहीं हैं. ओके, एंड सिंस in this entire judicial system the political executive don't have any chance to interfere at any level, okay, the judges in this judicial system can work without pressure, okay, and so they work independently. Okay, yes, is there any doubt in this regard beta? अभी तक कोई डाउट है क्या? Is there any doubt in these 4 or 5 points that we discussed, which are written on the board also? Is there any doubt बेटा? यहां तक किसी को कोई डाउट है क्या इन 4-5 पॉइंट में? No. Okay. In case of the appointment of the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, okay, in case of the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, again it is a well established procedure or tradition, okay, जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट के चीफ जस्टिस हैं उनके अपॉइंटमेंट के लिए भी ऑलरेडी परंपरागत रूप से एक प्रॉपर सिस्टम इज फॉलोड. एंड व्हाट द सिस्टम इज दैट द सीनियर मोस्ट judges in the Supreme Court, okay, the senior most judges in the Supreme Court are appointed as the Chief Justice of India. Okay, what does it means? In the Supreme Court already there are 25 plus 1 number of judges. Okay, one judge is the Chief Justice of India, and apart from the one Chief Justice of India, there are 25 more judges in the Supreme Court. Okay, so out of these 25 judges, if the existing Chief Justice of Supreme Court is going to retire, okay, so the new person has to be appointed as the Chief Justice. Now in that case what happens? The senior most judges in the Supreme Court, it means Supreme Court में already जो 25 judges हैं उनमें से ही जो senior most judge है, the senior most judge in the Supreme Court are appointed as the Chief Justice of India. What does it means? Even the Prime Minister or the Council of Ministers cannot choose anyone else out of these 25 as a Chief Justice of India. So the entire procedure of the appointment or the recruitment of the judges is so tough that there is very nominal scope for the political executive to influence the procedure of the judiciary. जो अपॉइंटमेंट की प्रोसीजर है वो इतनी टफ है, इस तरीके से बनाई गई है कि पॉलिटिकल एग्जीक्यूटिव के पास में जुडिशरी को इन्फ्लुएंस करने का, अपने कंट्रोल में करने का, अपने हिसाब से काम करवाने का गवर्नमेंट के पास पॉलिटिकल एग्जीक्यूटिव के पास स्कोप नहीं के बराबर है. ओके, मोर इम्पोर्टेंटली, once the person is appointed as the judge in the High Court of India, in the any High Court of any states of India, or the person is appointed as the judge in the Supreme Court of India. Okay, in case of all the appointments, once the person is appointed as the judge, now it is nearly impossible. I am using a term nearly impossible. It means that there are special conditions. Okay, so once the person is appointed as a judge in the High Court of any state of India, or the person is appointed as a judge in the Supreme Court, okay, it is nearly impossible for the executive or the legislature to remove the person from his or her post. एक बार अपॉइंटमेंट एज ए जज हो गया, चाहे हाई कोर्ट में हो चाहे सुप्रीम कोर्ट में, ठीक है, उस जज को उसकी पोस्ट से हटाना लगभग इम्पॉसिबल है. ओके, ना लगभग इम्पॉसिबल मीन्स कुछ स्पेशल कंडीशन में ही, and those special condition and procedures are again very tough कि किसी भी नॉर्मल छोटी मोटी बात में जजेस को हटा नहीं सकते. बट यस, देयर इज अ प्रोविजन इवन इन दैट केस, बट those provisions are not so simple that any one single political party or maybe the executive can easily remove the judge from his or her post. Okay, so that is what the senior most judges in the Supreme Court are appointed as the Chief Justice of India. Is there any doubt, beta? Is there any doubt? Okay, now just I need to write one more line, so I am just rubbing these first 2 points. Okay, if it required to remove any judge from his or her post. Okay, so a judge can be removed by impeachment process only. Okay, there is a special procedure. The name of the procedure as per the language of the constitution is impeachment process. That is basically the impeachment motion or impeachment process. Okay, constitutional की language में इस process को एक special term से पुकारा जाता है, and what is the term? Impeachment process. Okay, so a judge can be removed by impeachment process only. Okay, and what is the impeachment process? That is okay, the motion for removal of judge must be passed by. Okay, the motion for removal of the judge must be passed by 2/3 majority from both the houses of the parliament. Now, what does it actually means? कि कभी यदि ऐसी कंडीशन बने, now कंडीशन कब बनती है? When it has been observed that the judges appointed in the high courts or the Supreme Court are involved in any malpractices, okay, or in any corrupt activities, or maybe they found to be guilt, ओके, अकॉर्डिंग टू द लॉ, या तो कानून के हिसाब से वो अपराधी पाए जा रहे हों या फिर भ्रष्टाचार के कोई गंभीर आरोप लगे, इन दैट केस ओनली द प्रोसीजर फॉर रिमूवल ऑफ द जजेस कैन बी स्टार्टेड। ठीक है, तो फिर जज को हटाने की प्रोसेस शुरू की जाएगी, एंड दैट प्रोसेस इज नोन एज व्हाट? इम्पीचमेंट प्रोसेस। उस इम्पीचमेंट प्रोसेस में क्या होगा? द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया, जो उस समय की सरकार होगी, दैट ब्रिंग वन मोशन, मोशन को बोलते हैं प्रस्ताव, तो एक प्रस्ताव लेकर के आएंगे, एंड दैट मोशन इज नोन एज इम्पीचमेंट मोशन। सो द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ब्रिंग द इम्पीचमेंट मोशन against the particular judge which is required to be removed as per, okay, the decision taken by the central government. Okay, so the impeachment motion is introduced in the parliament, okay, and the motion for removal of the judge, अब जज को रिमूव करना है, okay, the motion must be passed, तो वो जो impeachment motion होगा, it has to be passed by how much majority votes? 2/3 majority votes from both the houses of the parliament. It means जो impeachment motion है, जज को हटाने का जो प्रस्ताव है कि मिस्टर XYZ is found to be guilty on the charges of the corruption or these. So the government brought an impeachment motion for the removal of the judge. ऐसा करके वो एंटायर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन लैंग्वेज में लिखा होगा। अब उसके ऊपर बाकायदा डिबेट के बाद में फाइनली वोटिंग होगी। सो दोनों हाउसेज में इट शुड बी पास बाय हाउ मच मेजॉरिटी? 2/3 मेजॉरिटी। 2/3 मेजॉरिटी मीन्स 66% मेंबर्स जो हैं, हाउ मेनी? 66% members of the parliament must be in favor to remove the judge from his or her post. Okay, that is the meaning of 2/3 majority. So 2/3 majority से impeachment motion क्या होना चाहिए? पास होना चाहिए from both the houses of the parliament.